Welcome guys to the fall series. the series that I try to be on time and life throws a wrench on it. Welcome again. This is episode 4. So we're going to be moving to round 4. Last time we had some issues with round 3. That's why we're just going to move on to round number 4. So to get started, let's go ahead and check how many players we have right now. So it is 95. So we lost another player since last we saw. Let's go ahead and get our sequence. So that let's start with player 43. That'll be Dusty J on round 4. Let me go ahead and open that right up. Let me also check something up. This is at 79%. Right now we are on round 7, so I'm guessing it'll be one more round. Next episode we're still gonna be moving forward to round 5. Step 5 for right now, it's Dusty J. So let's go ahead and watch the replay here and have Dusty J as our featured player. And right now let's go ahead and check his opponent's deck. There we go. So we have Sigalat, that is from Spain, against Dusty J, that is from the US. So let's go ahead and check first Sigalat's deck. This was Sigismar with an Ozma. If you have less than 8 mana orbs, draw a card. Basic Ozma. Very good Ozma nonetheless. Second Ozma, at dusk, if you control a token, draw a card. And when you play from hand, if you control 3 or more characters, resupply. So you kind of double draw right here. And finally, the Ordis Messenger. And play from hand. If I'm in Ascended Expedition, resupply. Otherwise, my Expedition ascends. Play from anywhere. If I'm in an Ascended Expedition, draw a card. Otherwise, resupply. So basically, if you play from hand, you can ascend the expedition and then do a resupply, doing precisely what the expedition asks. So you can get a double resupply. And also, if you played from hand, if your companion expedition is behind, draw a card. So kind of an all-around very good card right here. Let's go ahead, because due to Elo, this was actually the deck that was the player that was called to be the winner. So now let's go ahead and check out Dusty J. So Dusty J has a very packed deck. Let's go ahead and check his uniques. We have Garrick, Revere Duelist. If I would gain Fleeting, I gain 1 boost instead. Sorry. The Bravos Rescuer. Played from anywhere, you may discard a card from your reserve. If you do, you may give target Fleeting character 2 boosts. You may pay 1. Also play from anywhere, you may play 1. If you do, each character in target expedition gains 1 boost. So kind of a all-rounder booster. From coaches, not that bad. This one, in this case, I see that we don't have a Ramper, but we do have a Hare and the Hunger. So pretty traditional Bravos player. And finally, Daedalus, target character other than me in play or in reserve. Target a character. Sorry, you roll a die on 1 or 3. Only 1 boost. On a 4+, both gain that. Sorry, on a 4+, they both gain. On a 1/3, only 1 gains 1 boost. When a character you control gains Fleeting, you may pay 1. If you do, you may exhaust target card in reserve. This is precisely what I think is the solution to the uniques. If this happens, or when this happens, you may pay 1 and then something else happens. This is a perfect example of how I feel uniques should work. And finally, the next character you play from your hand this turn may activate its reserve abilities as if it was played from the reserve. Very good. So before we move on to the match, I just need to do something real quick. So give me just 1 second, I'll be right back. Sorry guys, I had a runny nose and this was supposed to be okay. Well, no man. I had a runny nose and I forgot to bring my tissue paper. So the problem solved. Let's go ahead and move on to the end game right now. Yeah, it's gonna be automatic, so I can just lock it here. There we go. Okay, it's a basic, not 1-for-1 right now. I think it's going, yeah, the Sarengar is just going to be able to block it. So it's a 1-for-1. This was a, usually this results in almost certainly a double advance for Sigalat. But Dusty J was able to keep up. Considering it is indeed a Sarengar, it's also going to be giving him an extra card. So this is a very good tech for anyone wanting to learn something from this. I think this is a very good tech, and he is the first player, so he can, I think his best option is just to go to the companion side. Oh no, it's a 4. Doesn't this, if you're the first player, shouldn't he have become the first player then? Okay, so in theory, what we should see is Dusty J becoming the first player once again. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, so it didn't move the token, but it did transfer the token back. So we have another Buddha day. There we go. Just wanted to make sure. There we go. So yeah, that's a very good move to place it right there. Blocking right now, so Garrick just becomes boosted rather than having token. Soar is going to look out for the draw. So for the double advance, still got a chance. So there we go. Plays a rabbit, and most likely going to go to the other side. There we go, and he gets another boost as well. Just going to play another Soar to draw and have a double advance block. And have a 1-for-1 once again, making his opponent play lots of cards. So this is a very good option from Dusty J, playing the Archelana Milk very good, very well, sorry. Most likely going to be giving another boost. Okay, so today I think the best play is just to, yeah, I think it's just going to go for a double advance. There we go. So one more boost just to be sure. I don't think he actually needed, because he was at 4. And with 1 mana remaining, he was really not going to do anything. So I think right now Dusty actually made a mistake, because he's going to lose 2 cards when he was already up. That didn't help him at all. I don't think that was helpful. Still moving along in the game, so we have another Buddha. Sabotage, absolutely. So plays Priya on the other side. Sabotage the this is the accountant. Okay, so that is a draw, coming very close to being able to do it. There we go. So accent and resupply. He decided not to resupply because it was going to overcharge his reserve, just like Dusty J has overcharged right now. So he doesn't move forward. He doesn't get an area token. Okay, I can see why he's using the. He's deciding to keep the Jin, the powerful Jin. Anchored gives the character a boost and just goes for the rage, giving it another boost. If he has license removal, I think this is it. Let's see if he has and he has a final thing that he needs, so he goes up to 7. They are drawn, so he doesn't move forward. The Sigalat goes ahead and places himself in check position. Once again, overcharging the this is a good position for Dusty J because he is a very good character in reserve. He's at risk of getting sabotaged, so yeah, his best option is just to play this one. He can play both cards from reserve on either side. Still no chance, collision, 3 or less, so it's gonna get rid of the Buddha. No, he can get rid of anything. I thought it was just a 3 less. Moth. Oh no, he just gets rid of anything. He is able to get finally the air elite token, but since there's nothing he can do on the hero side, because the only card remaining for him on the hero side had zero water, he just decides to let it go because he did have some power right there in water. So that was basically it. There was nothing he could do right now. Let's go ahead and check something right now because I think this is, I need to extend this a little bit more. Because when we have uniques, we're not able to see them completely. So just... I think it should be okay if we have it right here. Why are you having problems? There we go. So I think... Let me go ahead and restart. And I want to check something out. What happens if I check a unique right now? Yeah, I think this is a little bit better. Yeah, sometimes we won't be able to check it completely, but I think that's okay. So let's go ahead and move on to the next match. That will be number 56. So there we go. So that's 55. Sorry, Chile, almost got it. It is narrate. It's going to narrate. Not sure if it's narrate or narrate. Since I used to cast in Spanish, I'm used to saying the names in Spanish. So narrate is going to be our featured player. Let's go with F1. So let's go ahead and have him as our featured player. Now let's go ahead and check his opponent, Elandir, right now. Here we go. So we have another French player against an Austrian player. This is a very tight deck. As you can see, it is all very focused right now. So we have a junior chef. You may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, draw a card. Alternate teammate. Sorry, that is played from hand, and from reserve, when you play another character, again 1 boost up to a max of 3. Alternate teammate, you may rush. If you do, up to 2 target characters each gain 1 boost. That is from reserve and from hand. If you control a fleeting character, characters you control gain 1 boost. So this is actually a kind of an end game, or at least when you have already a character from reserve. And finally, the Suhak War on Reparative. When I leave the expedition zone, sabotage at dusk. If you have 2 or more boosts, create an airlift token in target player's landmark. Okay, so pretty good, pretty decent uniques. This one is especially useful because you draw a card, and that's something Bravos always likes to do. The alternate teammates, it can boost everyone. And finally, when I leave the expedition zone, sabotage, and that is the basic option, sorry, of Suha. And if I have 2 or more boosts, create an early token. That's okay, not that bad, not too shabby, giving an extra option, especially if you already have your Parliament of Ashes out. That means that you will have an extra card in reserve. Now let's go ahead and check our featured player. That will be Net 8. He's playing with a Trace. His uniques. Let's go ahead and see an Amelia Earhart. Play from anywhere. You may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, you may activate the arrow abilities of target permanent you control. So it can be the Aerial Reef, it could be the Bravos Bastion, it could be the Jammer, it can be the Back Out Back, it can be the Restocking Station. So full of permanents that the Amelia can activate. So kind of a cheaper Dr. Frankenstein, especially since you can play her from hand and actually get another card in reserve. That's something that Axiom likes a lot. The Kilon Elemental, when you play from hand, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. Like I said, you want cards in reserve. This is the basic Kilon ability. And then play from anywhere, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, I gain 2 boosts. Okay, so you can place. I'm not sure if it asks you to play 2 cards or just 1 to get both boosts. I think you have to place. You can decide not to play the first one from hand. Just play the second one to give him the 2 boosts. Not sure though. And the Nancy, I gain 1 boost for each card in each player's reserve. So the rare Anansi, and play from reserve. You may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, draw a card. So pretty decent uniques as well here from Narrate. Let's go ahead and go to the end game. So it's not going to be automatic. We just need to wait just 1 second while this moves on. In the meantime, no, it needs to be this way. Okay. So let's go to the end game, blocking it right here. Go. Being able to move forward right now, just giving it a bit more of power on the other side, and just decides 1 for 1. Very good move there from Neri in order to have he had the perfect card just to make sure that it is a 1 for 1. Also doesn't get a token right now, but first turn it is a bit difficult to get a token unless you get a Healing Elemental and something that you can use right away from the reserve. But that means that Narrate right now has the option to get 2 tokens. He's going to get he can get 2 tokens. This is a very good option. This is a very good turn right now. He just gets 2 on the hero side just to make sure that he can play on water. There we go. So it's not blocked right now. He decides to go for the Restocking Station rather than using his other card. He could have, no, he could not have gone for the double advance. So yeah, that was a very good. I forgot that the Jins actually get a boost. So yeah, that's why he wasn't going to be able to progress on the companion side. So yeah, using the Restocking Station was the perfect moment to use it. Decides to get rid of one of the Haven Bravos, the Haven Bastion. Sorry. The Bravos Bastion, the Haven. I can talk today. Blocking right now, forcing a very powerful move on the other side, going up to 2. Still not moving forward, but has some options to move the character to the other side. And just give me a second. There we go, so a double advance. I think my wife just let my cat in. Okay, so still moving forward, still going for a 1 for 1. So the game is kind of tied right now. But Elandir, he reveals that card in order to draw. I think it should keep being revealed. At least he can see that he does have the hunger right now. Not in a position to use it. Okay, the Korgan will get rid of some of the cards. Finally activates the Trace ability. Gets rid of the Paju to get another token. He's probably going to get rid of one of the... He's going to get rid right now of the Aerolith in order to have another... To have just more power. No, gets rid of the restocking station because of the threat. I'm guessing because of the threat of the... Ooh, double advance for Elandir and just a simple advance for Nereid. So Elandir goes ahead and places himself one expedition ahead and still got lots of options to use right now. And even Nereid loses one card. He goes decides to get rid of his unique. And Elandir right now with 9 boosts in a very good position to threaten with that. Okay, so no hunger right now again. Uses the physical training as a rush to give Buddha on the other side a 5. And he gains 1 boost. Each character gains 1 boost. Go, just places 2. He can get rid of the Eltrune right now and win. Let's see, where does he play this 3? Gets us on the Eltrune, so he can just boom the bag out back and get one more and get something else right there. So yeah, Buddha probably gonna get rid of the Aerolith token right now. He decides not to, just places right there. The Altrune on the other side, there we go, just to make sure that he was able to use that. Going to get rid of the fleeting, making sure he can have one more day, but I don't know, considering he does have the what's it called, the hunger in his hand. I think it's going to be a tough choice right now. He goes on once again. Are you going to get rid of something? Not right now. Yep, he does. You have another token to give it to the other side. So he still has the option to use a hunger right now. There we go. There is a hunger. Gets rid of everything. 5 mana left. I don't think even though he has 5 mana left, I don't think that he can block the hunger right now. Hunger is up to 10. Let's see what he can get. No, not enough. Okay, he gets rid of the hunger by getting rid of his advance. No mana left. At least he still has one more chance. Get rid of the hook. Yeah, I don't think hook is going to be very much of much use right now. But Parliament of Ashes right when he needed to have as much options as he can. There we go. So yeah, give him something else in the reserve. A very good reserve right now. Sabotage, unfortunately, but he can get rid of it. No, he can't. He can't get rid of it with the... He can only get rid of the Buddha. Altrune goes ahead and gives him a 3. He cannot get rid right now of anything else, but he can at least try to do something else. There we go. Another Altrune, also played for 1, goes up to 4. And yeah, he knows there's no way he's getting this right now. So that is an advance from Elandir. He still even had 1 card that we didn't know in hand. He could have gotten rid of the Parliament of Ashes, which would have taken him up to 4. He was already at 4, so just play anything else. And that was it. So that's why a Elander just passed, so let me just give me 1 second, guys. I need to check something. In the meantime, let's go ahead and see who is our next player. So we have number 2 right now, Ducky Feet K. We saw him last time. Let's go ahead and move on to round 4. And before we move on to that, let me get just 1 second. I'll be right back with you guys. Sorry guys, had to say hello to the wifey. You know, happy wife, happy life. So let's go ahead and move on to the next featured player is Ducky Feet. So let's go ahead and have him as our featured player. First, let's go ahead and check his opponent's deck. That is Philo. We have a French player against a Singaporean player, right? Singaporean player, yes. Ducky K is from Singapore. Let's go ahead and check first Philo's deck out. This is a traced. It has a Lyra Chronicler. From reserve, sabotage from reserve, create a brass bug 2/2/2 token in target expedition. Based on the cost, it's not that bad. Also ability from the reserve to resupply. Second unique, the Monolith Rune Scribe. When you play a permanent, if you control a token, resupply. If you control a token, sabotage as well. So kind of you have to get something out, something that gets tokens. I don't see a token generator other than perhaps a bag out bag. So you kind of have to use it with a bag out bag. You do have Dr. Frankenstein in order to try to force it. Let's see, does he have a no? So not that good synergy this card with Trace. This one looks a bit more as a to be more akin to Subhash. It actually does place tokens naturally. We also have the Foundry Engineer. The next permanent you place from reserve, the next permanent you place after turn costs less, and when you create a token, again 1 boost recurring in your reserve. This one does need the you actually would not, this would not be that useful. You have the Grem, so the Grems can have kinda give you that option, but you don't have anything to get rid of that easily. Once again, you don't have the Airlit, for example, so kinda not that synergistic uniques in this case. Let's go ahead and move on to Ducky PK. His Sigismar, Sigis control set 3, so let's go with Council. The arrow, hand, and reserve abilities of characters facing me can't activate the basic ability of the Council. And play from anywhere. If you control a token, draw a card. With Sigismar, this is almost ensured. Baba Yaga at dusk. If you control 3 or more characters, draw a card. There we go. So a drawing character, we just need to control 3 or more. She is the second one, so you just need to have 1 more unless you sacrifice or you lose one of the characters, of course. And Silas Cryptic Warlock. If you control a token, draw a card. Basic Silas for 5. Being able to draw a card and place a 3/5/5 is not that bad. Also, it has a reserve ability. When another character joins your expedition, they gain 1 boost up to a max of 2. So this is Silas is actually much better played from reserve rather than from hand. So that was Ducky Feet Case deck. This is not going to be automatic. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so go to the end game. Lock it here. There we go. So, first, not having anything right now in reserve. Giving a hook, very good option. Once again, we see that hook, a very good opening option in order to try to win on both sides. Not enough. He did have 1 mana left, so that's Ducky Feet K double advance. Even though Philo can get these counters up to 2 right now, so that is also a good option. Gets rid right now of the license withdrawal. Just a very good after you. He just goes ahead and plays very good option, so he can move anything else that he plays. There we go. So this is a double advance. This is a 1-for-1 advance. Goes up to 2. He can even get rid of it. No, he decides to go for a bit more power. Both of them are going to get their tokens, so he didn't need to use the hook this time because he did have enough power in order to be able to advance just with what he has right now. It's a 1-for-1, still 2 expedition advantage for Ducky Feet K. We have a double threat right now, but we know there's a Grem, so the Grems can easily get rid of that permanent at any point. Frozen Delivery just to have more options for counters right now. It's probably gonna be the hooked. Yeah, thought it was going to be the hooked. That takes away one of the options that he had. Goes up to 3. Gets rid of the only character he had. So that's a double advance for almost sure a double advance. He's going to get, yeah, he has to sacrifice one of it. I would have not have done that. I would have actually sacrificed a token on the other side just to make sure that he doesn't have a double advance right now. Probably Philo didn't realize it and he just decided to didn't want to risk facing the Jack Frost anymore, but I think this is going to cost him probably the match this time because he still has a double advance to face with lots of power from Philo's side. He does have the 5 tokens, so right now if the engine is active, okay, so he can get a 4 with no problem. Let's see what else he can do. No more plays from Philo. Bring the token to the other side. No, he decides to get rid of it. He could have brought the token, yeah, but it didn't make much sense. With the restocking station, he's going to be able to use the Frankenstein one more day. Tokens go up to 6. So even though Ducky Feet K right now is on match point, I think Philo still has some play left because he actually has more cards, more options. We're moving on up to in the mana scale. Does keep the license withdrawal. It's going to be very useful right now. First play for Philo. Gets another, yeah. He knows, Philo knows the license withdrawal risk right now. Goes to the other side. 2 tokens, or yeah, gets another token out. He knows there is a license withdrawal risk, so no more license withdrawal right now. That is a double advance with nothing else that he needs to do. Gives a token, not sure why, because he has already won the expedition right now. He didn't need to use up a token. He was already in a winning position. There we go. So kind of bringing it back. Still 2 expeditions behind. Still in match point for Ducky Fit K. Gets rid of the Baba Yaga. Even though the Baba Yaga could have drawn, I think that having the option, eliminating the options was something that he was kind of dreading right now. So he blocks one of the Dr. Frankenstein. Let's see what else does he have. Okay, Amelia Earhart, and just places the Haven Bravos, the Haven on from reserve. Lots of strength, lots of cards being played on the companion side. So that is basically it. Is going to withdraw the Haven. Yeah, the only one that didn't have any use up to right now. Goes on, no more play for Ducky Feet. He still needs to get 2 more over there, so that's a 7. I don't think he's going to be able to block on both sides. Yeah, he just goes up to 11. He blocks the companion side, but with the token still in play on the hero side, he's able to do the single advance. He just needed perhaps 1 more mana, or he needed to risk the Haven Bravos right away. I know that you don't want to risk the being blocked of a token, but I think it was actually that did cost below in the end, because if he had played that token, he would have perhaps lost that character, but he needed that one last boost, or perhaps just at any point play the Amelia on the hero side just to make sure that the hero side was taken care of. I think that was also the mistake that he did, and playing 1 more card than he needed. Okay, so that's basically it for this round, for this game. Let's go to 81 right now. So this is Korok. We're in step 4. So Korok. I think my cat is hungry, but we still have about 20 more minutes. We are on match 4. We should be able to have enough time. Let's go ahead and watch the game replay. So Korok is our featured player. Sorry, I missed this. Korok is our featured player. And Mass is the opponent. So let's go ahead and check his deck out first. So this is a French duel. With Sigismar, Mass Tag 004. No uniques, which is interesting. He does have 39 cards, so pretty much a very tight packed deck. 39 cards with 3 of each copy that he wants. Probably just testing out what he wants to have a unique in. So we have the Origanium, the Ordis Messenger, the Carrier, the Trooper, the Ugly Duckling. So yeah, pretty basic, but no uniques. Actually did cost him the game, perhaps. Let's go ahead and see how the uniques of Korok play along. So Korok, the little match girl. If your hand is empty, create a Brassback token in your other expedition, the one I'm not, from reserve. That is ability from reserve. Ogun, when a robot joins your expedition, you may pay 1. If you do, robots you control other than me gain 1 boost. There we go. So pay 1. This is what I'm saying that this is the best thing that can happen to uniques. Have this. If something happens, or when something happens, you may pay 1. And then the effect happens. So it is a limiter on how many times you can activate it, because it actually costs 1. And when play from hand, you may discard a card from your reserve. Sorry, if you do, you may return a card from your reserve to your hand. There we go. So this actually kind of also has some control. And my cat definitely wants food right now. So let's go ahead and see if we have an automatic endgame. Yes, we do. Okay, so first play for the Sigismar. Let's go ahead and see what does he have right now. one of the uniques, the patch of... Did I check its uniques? Is it? Okay, just placing a card right down. There we go. So it's going to be able to get a token right now. He needs to play it on the hero side just to block it. Enough to block. There we go. So we have a 1/1. It could have been a little bit tougher for Korok if he didn't have in the cards just he needed in order to block right now. There we go. Ooh, getting rid of the Amelia. Okay. Goes up to... Oh, okay, because he's going to try to use... What happened to the token? Not sure what happened to Max's token. I think the game bugged out. That's why he played on the other side. Because I saw no token. Not sure what happened there. Gets rid of the Foundry Engineer this time. There we go for the token. The Ugly Duckling on the other side gets a boost and a sent to the expedition. So we just place it on the other side. Once again, we have a 1/1 with an Aerolite token. Right now, I think he could have gone for more hand options, moving the token to the other side with the hook. He decides not to play it right away. That's a choice. So no permanence for the Foundry Engineer. There we go. Once again with a token. The Paju that using the Foundry Engineer just to block. He has no use for anything else right now. Move the token. I would suggest to move the token right now. Yep, don't understand why he passed. He could have moved the token and at least draw. He had lots of options to play. Oh no, he didn't. Yeah, he did. Okay, so double advance. Absolutely double advance. No. Why is it at 0 on the other side? Yeah, this game is actually pretty bugged because we see as if Korok passed, the Origanium doesn't, just your expedition ascends. Yeah, there's something wrong going here because he says that he has something to play. So unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it right here because the game is not moving forward. Let's go to a specific move. Let's go, say, to 60. See how it goes. Yeah, the game is bugged right now. I'm sorry that we cannot go ahead and move on with this game. Let's go back to the beginning. Yeah, it is absolutely bugged because it doesn't show me the game anymore right now. Unfortunate. Let's go ahead and give it one more go. Starting from here, let's go ahead and check the replay. From Korok's perspective, and let's there we go. So let's move on to, let's say, 60. Yeah, it's bugged. Unfortunately, guys, this game is also bugged, so no way we can check it out. This is the top of the page and it doesn't show anything, so unfortunate we cannot show number 81. Let's go for number 6. That is Tete Totem once again, being favored by the luck gods to be on stream once again. So this is Tete Totem against R1. Let's go ahead and see what is R1's deck. So this is a duel between French players once again. This is Babafanas. Spindle Harvesters. I gain anchored when I leave the expedition zone. If I have one or more boost, you may return a spell from your reserve to your hand. So cycling the spells. Or these cadets, when you play a spell, you create a token. Considering this is a 1 token, it's not that bad, but I still feel it could be a 1. Or when you play a 2 spell with kind cost 2 or more in this case. Okay, sabotage. In this case is when you play a spell, so that means that something is already innate in the cost of the ability. Sabotage from hand. When I leave the expedition zone, draw a card, and those are his unique. Check, yeah, that was the deck that he was going to use. And in Altered Totem, Paper Herald. When another known token character joins the expedition, if you control a token, resupply. Or this Trooper, when another known token character joins the expedition, resupply. So yeah, this is the Sigis fan. He got lots of resupply with his ability, with his cards. So let's go ahead and move on to the end game. There we go. So it's going to be automatic this time. 39 cards for each player. There we go. So Sigismar goes first. He doesn't have the typical opening, so he's going to have to commit to probably to one side or just threaten the other side in order to draw. Oh no, he does have a duckling. I didn't see the duckling right there. Okay, so this is a double advance. He doesn't need to commit anything else. Double advance for Altered Totem. Automatic double advance. Almost automatic double advance. There we go, the ugly duckling. Okay, there we go. And right now he does have the Trooper, gets rid of the Accountant. I think, yeah, this is the best option to have. He doesn't want to lose control or the Attorney. And the Trooper is one of the best cards that Ortis players have. Goes on the other side just to block, and with the duckling it's enough to have another advance. So he makes sure to double advance. He could have gotten one more card out of it, but he decided just to go for double advance. After all, in the end, the most important thing is the advance rather than the card advantage. So he is 4 expeditions ahead right now. Altered Totem is 4 expeditions ahead. He also has the Ascended, so that can help a lot. The Soar ability. There we go. So he just needs to go to one side. He doesn't need the Kuran. Sabotages right away. There we go. So he knows at 3. Either he could have extended his expedition just to make sure that he moved forward. He is blocked right now, but he is in a serious card disadvantage. So perhaps just waiting to see what his opponent does. Okay, so he's just 2 expeditions ahead right now. But he is able to draw a card. I think with the Sword he could have moved forward once again, but with less card advantage. So definitely a move just looking for the card advantage or to have more cards. So he doesn't have the card advantage, but he did want to have some options right there. So the Sword being played right now, that means that he needs to play something else. Goes to the other side. Soars the other expedition just to make sure he 2 counters, there we go, and 1 counter, one additional counter on the other side, just 1 mana left. So with the duckling should be enough to also get the advance. A Beauty Sleep just gets rid of the, no, doesn't have enough to get, he can get rid of the advance on the companion side, but he decides to go all out. The 5 on the hero side. There we go. So he is a 1-for-1 advance, keeping the double advantage on Altered Totem side. He's 1 away from game point, from match point, sorry. The duckling right there, still a threat, still waiting for the token to appear. No mana from Altered Totem. He thinks he can win it all on this turn. He feels that he can win it all on this turn. So that's a 3. He can get rid right now of it at any point. Ascends the hero expedition, kind of after you. There we go. Ascends the companion expedition, certainly in and after you. Still has the duckling to be played anywhere he wants. I think he's going to play it on the hero side just to be sure. Yeah, plays it on the hero side just to be sure. Gets a Baba Yaga out. He's not going to be able to advance on that side, but gets rid of the Baba Yaga. Really? Okay. It could have been on either side. I would have gotten rid of the dancer just in case, but he decides to go on that route. Overcharge the reserve from R1. Still has the card advantage. The Ordi's Cadets right now that we know that those give the resupply. Once again, no mana from Tete Totem. Goes with just to block, I'm guessing. Gets rid of. Takes it back. Not sure if that's the best option because he can just play them right back for 1. Gets back his Off You Go. Places the Baba Yaga on the other side. And he's going to sleep the Baba Yaga. Most likely. No. He decided. Okay, there's some weird choices for me. Oh, he's already winning on that side. Yeah. He ascends the expedition and that's basically it. He's going to do the double advance. R1 is going to do the single advance, but it's not enough in order to get the game. So that's Tete Totem wins the game. I would have played a little bit different, but then again, since I'm watching the replay kind of quickly because they did play in turns, but I'm watching it as it goes. Kind of a better option what he did right now. I didn't notice that he was already winning on the companion side. So that is the 5th match that we had. Yeah. So we have time for one more. Let's go for 37. That is Yuxabul. I think Yuxabul was not featured. We have seen him in stream, but he was not featured. So he's going to be the featured player right now. And let's go ahead and check his opponent out. There we go. So it's some squash from the US against Yuxabul from France. Mass Ascension. Didn't we have something like this? Yeah, but with no units. Okay. So the Frog Prince, if you control a token, create an order recruit in your hero expedition. So just powering up even more your hero expedition. And this one can be played right from the get-go. Or this Gatekeeper. When played from reserve, create an orders recruit 1/1/1 soldier in your other expedition, the one I'm not, and play from anywhere. If you control a token, draw 2 cards, a very good card. Another Gatekeeper, when another non-token character joins your expeditions, create an orders 1/1/1 soldier token in each of your other expeditions, the one she is not. In your other expeditions, alright? And when played from hand, you may pay 1. If you do, create an Ordis token in your companion expedition. So forces a companion, and then when you play a non-token, creates a token in the side that she is not on. We have Manjet, so Accent's Expedition, License Withdrawal, Gift of Cell. Yeah, so pretty basic, pretty standard Ordis. Let's go ahead and check how he does. And then we have Yuxabul. Yuxabul is a Bazira with Tiny Jin, Hunger, so kind of a rampant Bazira. The unique Spirit Wielder, you may discard a character from your reserve. Play from reserve, you may discard a character from your reserve. If you do, I gain 1 boost per boosted character you control. So kind of you need to have boosted characters, and she plays from reserve, so kind of not that easy to get that thing along. When I leave the expedition zone, if I would boost it, draw a card. So even if it gets control, you can draw a card as long as she has boosts. At dusk, I lose fleeting, and when I leave the expedition zone, you may pay 1. If you do, you may discard target permanent. So a very good one land. I am Atlas. I am gigantic, and when you play him from reserve, you may, if you control 2 or more boosted characters, draw a card. So basically, this is going for card advantage. Let's go ahead and move on to the end game. Yeah, this is going to be automatic. And there we go. Sure, there we go. Okay, so this is the last match of the day, guys. It's going to be the Spirit Wielder or the Hua Mulan. Most likely the Hua Mulan. Yeah, I think the Hua Mulan just goes to the hero side. No, decides to go to the companion. Well, it was almost the same. Could have also gone for a Spirit Wielder unless it's for, yeah. Could have gone for, yeah, it was still going to be an advance. Yeah, either way it was going to be an advance, double advance for Sasquatch. So Yuxabu just trying to play whatever he where he feels it's more comfortable to play. Hunger right away. It's going to be a tough spell to swallow. I think, yeah, block just one card from reserve. Give another boost just in case. So he has a 6 right now. Almost impossible to do something right now. Ascend, he's able to ascend the expedition, but nothing else. Plays a legate on the hero side in order to block it. In order to sabotage, sorry. So game is drawn. The Yuxabu is going to lose one card. Most likely the unique. Okay, he doesn't want him to get rid of the Arjet. The Manjet. Hunger, yeah, I was also thinking that Hunger is a little bit expensive right now. And he blocks both cards in reserve right now, so he needs to play whatever he has on hand. And still has a chance to use it once again. So even if it's a spell, now second Manjet, yeah, he just goes ahead and has another Occlude ready to be used next turn. Another 1-for-1 advance, but both Manjets out means that he can ascend both expeditions. Anything else? Not only ascends expedition. There we go. Okay, so another day of blocking the 2 cards in reserve, and Yuxabu goes first. I would have actually kept that just in case, but I think he's going to use it all out on him right now. So, okay, interesting play. The legate on the other side goes for the play, so he can actually use the and give it to the Spirit Wielder. There we go. So we have a 3. Plays it is enough to get a token over, but it is a double advance from Yuxabu, breaking the draw right now. Breaking the stalemate, sorry. So now Yuxabu turns it around. He is the one in control right now with the unique that actually wants to be right there in the reserve. And well, the legate unfortunately gets rid of it right away because that was indeed a good time to use it. Another Hunger right now being used. And he's good. Yeah, I think the best option is just to get rid of the reserve right now. The Beetle, ooh, yeah, a very good option because he can make it loose fleeting. Go up to 4. No more options for Sasquatch right now. He can block, forcing him to use a Mind Jet. He's already winning right now, so there we go. Just ascended to ascend. There was no need to ascend right there. But once again, the card advantage is in Yuxabu's hand, on Yuxabu's side, because he's going to be able to block both cards in reserve just with the Occlude. I don't think this is a good turn for Hunger. It would be best to use the Occlude, block it, actually, or just use the Hunger right away. No, yeah, Occlude, block both cards from the reserve. They are going to get obviously the token, but he needs to play whatever he has on hand and still has a way to end it right now. Yeah, so he just goes like that. He is being blocked, no more moves from him, and Yuxabu knows it is over. There we go. So once again, the Occlude doing magic for Bazira. And just like that, we come to the end of another stream, guys. Thank you very much all who joined throughout the game. Thank you very much all for watching this after the fact. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the stream. The next stream will be on Monday. We will be streaming step 5 or round 5 on Monday. We should be able to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we should be able to finish next week on the perhaps on the 1st. We'll have next the next streams. And remember that set edition 3 is already up for you to sign up. Let's go ahead and check how many players are there right now. It is, there we go. So edition 3 is out right now, and we have 62 players right now. So if you want to join us, remember this is your option. You can check, actually I'm going to leave it, it is in the description, but I'm also going to leave it right now as the part in the chat so that anyone can see it at any point. Let me go ahead and put it right here. This is edition 3. Oh, all right. Edition 3. There we go. I'm just going to anchor it, and there we go, guys. Thank you very much all who have joined. We have 4 players in total throughout, so not that bad. Hope to see you guys on Monday, that we should be streaming the next round. And perhaps, so this was episode 4, so 5, 6, 7, and perhaps we'll stream the end of it next month on Monday. Okay guys, so that'll be all for today. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.